make the song.
Rivers. They run through the land and through our lives. Many creatures depend on them. We live along their banks, fish their pools, and drink from their waters. When our rivers are healthy and clean, we are rich as a nation. But toxic chemicals and debris have dangerously polluted our waters. Today, the danger is not as visible, yet neglect and abuse are still killing our rivers. They are strangled by dams. Many are poisoned, dredged, and drained, destroying fish and wildlife and putting human health at risk.
Of rivers, fish, and men.
Join us in the fight to protect this national resource. Support American Rivers, the nation's leading river conservation organization. Call 1-800-296-6900 or write to American Rivers. Ask for our free pamphlet on 10 simple things each of us can do to protect the rivers that run through our lives.
And now, a special sneak preview of movies coming to a theater near you.
You don't like to have pretty girls on the staff, I've noticed. Might it be that our Mr. Stevens fears distraction? Can it be that our Mr. Stevens is fresh in blood after all and cannot trust himself?
You know what I'm doing, Miss Kenton? I'm placing my thoughts elsewhere while you chatter away.
For the past 30 years, this has been the world of Stevens the butler.
Magnificent plan.
Delighted to be of service, madam.
Within the protective walls of Darlington Hall,
What happens within this house during the conference could have repercussions on the whole course that Europe is taking.
I understand fully.
he has led a life of perfect order
Why do you always have to hide what you feel?
Thank you, Miss Kenton, for your advice. Now perhaps you will allow me to go about my business.
and total control.
A man cannot call himself well contented until he has done all he can to be of service to his employer.
But as the world outside was changing,
The United States does not want war any more than you do.
On the other hand, neither would we care for peace at any price.
the fact is, Stevens, democracy is finished. It doesn't work.
You do realize that over the last few years his lordship has been the most important pawn that the Nazis have in this country?
I have absolute trust in his lordship's judgment.
So was the world inside Darlington Hall.
We have some refugee girls on the staff. You'll have to let them go. They're Jews.
If you dismiss my girls tomorrow, it will be wrong. A sin.
How long can he shut his eyes to what he sees around him?
If those girls go, I shall leave this house.
I'd be lost without her.
How long can he close his heart?
Mr. Stevens,
Yes,
I accepted Mr. Benn's proposal of marriage.
you have my warmest congratulations.
To what he feels inside. Columbia Pictures is proud to present a James Ivory film.
It's not scandalous at all. It's just a sentimental old love story.
Academy Award winner Anthony Hopkins. Golden Globe Award winner Emma Thompson. James Fox. Christopher Reeve. The Remains of the Day.
And now, a sneak preview of upcoming video cassette releases.
Here occurred the frightening and shocking history of Prince Dracula and the woman he loved.
I have crossed oceans of time to find you.
Yeah. Dracula.
There's a sinister, darker side to him. I find irresistible. such a passion for life. He is unlike any man.
What are you?
Vampires do exist. This one we fight, this one we face. Can take on many forms. He is both young and old. He can appear as mist, as vapor, as the fog. And he can vanish at will.
My love.
The power of his evil desire has no end.
You've got to go to him. You've got to love him.
She is a willing recruit, a devoted disciple. She is the devil's concubine.
Join me in eternal life.
Your salvation is his destruction.
I want to be what you are. I want to see what you see. I want to love what you love. Take me away from all this death.
Make no mistake, he must be stopped.
Square miles of the American landscape are held in trust for the people of this country. For nearly 60 years, the Wilderness Society has worked to protect this great natural inheritance: our parks, our forests, our rivers and wetlands, our deserts and coastlines. The Wilderness Society has protected and celebrated the land's wild beauty, its richness and diversity of life, its towering importance to the happiness and health of all Americans, now and in the future. The Wilderness Society has told of the land's fragile magnificence and what we all lose when it is damaged or diminished. In a time when change comes swiftly and too often without foresight, the land and its abundance of life need your support now as never before. 1 million square miles, the greatest legacy we can leave our children. That is the message of the Wilderness Society. For the land, for the people, for the future. For a $25 donation, you can become a member of the Wilderness Society and receive this special edition commemorative poster from A River Runs Through It while supplies last. Call 1-800-THE-WILD or write the Wilderness Society, Membership Department, 917th Street Northwest, Washington, D.C., 20006. Funding for this message was made possible by the Robert M. Lee Foundation and by Hunting World Incorporated, designers, manufacturers, and retailers of fine luggage and leather goods, apparel, and outdoor sporting specialties worldwide. Both organizations are committed to the conservation of America's wild places.